the Adelaide Psychic Fair, which is normally at 230 Flinders Street in the city. But due to the lovely coronavirus, we are having to go online during the lunchtime breaks to bring you some of the people from the stalls that we would normally have there. Now, just put this stuff up. If you want to find out more about the Adelaide Psychic Fair, you can go to facebook.com to the pages of Market to Market SA and the events page. And once we get going and get back into the markets again, you'll be able to go there and find out when we're on. It's normally the third week of the month. And hopefully May, June, if we're lucky, we might see some returns to the markets. I'm certainly hoping for June to give us a good start to the new financial year. So that would be something. You can also go to Adelaide Psychic Fair. We have a Facebook page which is dedicated to the Adelaide Psychic Fair. And if you would like to see a replay of this or any of our other Adelaide Psychic Fair pictures or videos, excuse me, you're more than welcome to go to that site and keep yourself busy and find out who's been doing what and what they have to offer. So that's always a good aspect to look into. And if you're a stall holder or you want to be a stall holder at the Adelaide Psychic Fair, and even get on now and do some promotion for your own stall, your own business, you're more than welcome to contact me on 0412 097361, and you can participate in the broadcast. These will continue after the markets have finished. We'll still continue to do the broadcasts and keep these going. You can also get your name onto our stall holder list, and when we have new events coming up, such as New or somewhere else, you would receive an email to let you know that they are available and that you're more than welcome to book in and become a part of it. Today we're going to be talking to 3 different psychics. They all have their own way of doing things. And hi there, Sarah. It's lovely to have you on board. Please wait a few moments and we will have our first guest up tonight. And our first guest will be Susan Lilly, who is a regular at the Adelaide Psychic Fair in at Flinders Street in the city. And I'm going to bring her up now and we'll have a small chat, and then we'll see how much we can learn about the skills and availability of Susan Lilly. How are you, Susan?
I'm well, thank you. Good to see. Good to be on here.
Lovely. And it's always good to have you around. Had you enough of my markets now to know how good you are at what you do. But to inform the public, how long have you been sort of in the field of doing readings and the like?
Wow, I've been learning my skills all my life. Started quite young and sat in development circles and progressed through there. So I've dabbled, I should say, in a lot of different areas, trying to learn as much as I can. But readings I've been doing for the last 5 to 7 years more seriously. Just really learning skills and seeing how I work and how it works for me and what works best.
Hi, Sarah. Lovely to have you on board. The style of readings that you do, Susan, can you explain that to the publics?
Certainly can. For me, I very much get in touch with my spirit, who I'm working with. Some readings, depending on it, a lot varies on the person I'm reading for. If they've had someone passed over and I'm able to connect, then I'm able to give that kind of information from someone who's passed over. And sometimes that can be very detailed in the type of person they were. I focus a lot more on the type of person they were. So how they felt about things and how they, that emotional content. so you can really feel as though I knew them, because to me it's the personality that makes a person. So I really try and get in touch with who they were. But also I like to dabble with the cards, and often they help to guide people onto their path and help them to understand where they're at the moment. And sometimes when we feel a bit lost or a bit stuck, the cards can come in really handy then, just to help a person focus on what they need to look at and help them to guide them to keep moving forwards.
Do you use the tarot cards to clarify a reading at all?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to think. I might pull one card. I might do a whole reading just using one card, because sometimes that just gives a direction that the person that I'm reading for wants to go in. So it's a matter of then all the information comes from spirit, but it's like that connection. It's helping that connection for the person that I'm reading for me to guide from spirit to what that person needs. So sometimes it's I might just start talking and giving the person all this information, and then, oh, let's have a look at the cards, and I'll turn them over and they'll tell me exactly what I've already said. So it's like a confirmation. I get the information from spirit as well as from the cards. So it's amazing. It's interesting and impressive how sometimes I can turn a card over and go, oh my gosh, I've just already said that. It's just like, wow.
Yeah,
And
it's a nice confirmation.
it is wonderful when that happens, and it's just really great. So, hi Lorraine.
Yeah, hi Lorraine, lovely to have you on board. If anybody has a question or something they would like to put to Susan, we will be getting to that just momentarily. It's always nice to have some people on board that can explain the differences in what they do, and that's basically the whole idea today, is to find out how each psychic, quotation marks, how they differ from each other. I know a lot of psychics who take a while to connect with their guides or whoever's they're channeling in, and then there are other people who simply snap the fingers and they're in there. So it is a very broad spectrum that they talk about. How would you sort of, do you have a title that you classify yours under? As in clairvoyant, clairsentient?
Yeah, well, a clairvoyant medium. So it's kind of covers both ends of the spectrum, because I'm a feeler, so I feel things. And that's why that connection through the emotional and personality of the person works so well for me, because I'm a real feeler. But I also see, but I see the person. So sometimes I can actually see them physically, well, sort of standing there sort of thing. It's a bit hard to, and yeah, so it's a combination of the two that works for me.
Is it anything, I know I'm sort of going very broad here. Do you know Tyler Henry, the American psychic?
Oh, yes,
yeah. He has this idea that, you know, one side means masculine, the other side means feminine, that sort of thing. Do you get that as well, or is yours just a literal interpretation of one thing?
Yeah, look, some people do, and that really works. But for me, like, because I can feel it. I know that really sounds strange, but it's just how it's always worked for me. And learning sometimes, where you learn this side or that side and it works for you, that's great. And he's a very much an individual on how he works. You know, if you watch him, you know, the information that he gets is, you know, it's very individual. So, and that's really good. That's what you need, because we all work, like you said, we all work slightly different. So it's important to always remember that.
We have not had a wide range of comments as of yet, Susan. You're scaring off all the people who want their lifetime answered. So
I can't
you're doing well.
I can't see any questions yet. So
no, they're mostly comments at the moment. I don't know where to go. So you're basically clairsentient or clairvoyant? Clairvoyant, because you,
I feel
yeah, I can't even remember what that one is. Not,
clairsentient.
yeah, it would be clairsentient, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it'd have to be clairaudient.
Yeah, no, very
So
rare.
many
I'd love
clairs.
it, but
Yeah.
it's rare for me. That would be wonderful, but it'd be rare. It's rare.
Hmm. So, which would be the stronger point for you, the tarot aspect or the clear aspect?
Oh, it. I think it works in conjunction. I would hate to say one is stronger. And some
Hmm.
days when I'm demonstrating, it can be one or the other. And it's the spirit do strange things to you. The minute that you think it's working this way, they'll change it. And that's really so you don't become complacent. And also the energies change. So when you're working, there's all sorts of different energies to deal with. So never, it's like in life, you don't restrict yourself, you experience a lot of different things, and that's the same way with when you work with spirit.
We've got a question up there for you.
Objectively or subjectively, very interesting. Yeah, it's close. Occasionally it's objectively, it's out further, but usually it's up here, and the information comes in that I feel, and it translates into an image. Yeah. I mean, it'd be great always to see outside, and occasionally that happens, and it's pretty impressive when it happens. But yeah, all right. Do we? Oh, we can. I can see a couple of questions here, Roy.
Yeah, I got one up on this page there. Has it shown up or not?
Yeah, just now got a
Would
couple.
love some guidance if possible to Paige Hambley, sorry.
Yes.
Hambley.
Hi, Paige. Can they, Roy? This is a new experience for me, so if I'm asking you questions, they can hear me fine. I'm presuming.
They can hear you fine. If
Right.
you ask them questions, they can answer, but it will take time for them to type it in and you can lose context.
Okay. All right. Oh, Paige, can I just give you a message, please, that you have, you've been feeling a bit stuck, and I can feel that you're second guessing yourself, and there's some uncertainty around what you want to do or where your direction's going, and because of that, you're kind of second guessing all of your options at the moment. You've you've you're just looking, and I can feel a bit of all these questions that you have. What I want to say to you is that trust your instincts, all right? You actually do know what you want to do, and there's been information given to you that you've put aside to put on hold for the moment. But I want you to go back to it. I feel as though that there's some information that you were given. It feels like it's either a course or something that you were told by someone, oh, this should be good for you to do, but I feel as though that you went, oh no, that's not quite right, or I just forgot about it. But I feel as though that the time is really coming now for you to really go back, have a look at it, and really trust your gut a bit more. That you've questioning so much of what you think and how you feel. It's blocking you a little. I hope that makes some sense to you, Paige. I don't know if you can. Do we get it? We don't get an answer straight away, Roy. Do we? No. Okay, I've lost your sound, Roy. Okay. Oh, now I've got you.
Hang on, there we go. You should be able to hear me now.
Oh, good. That's better.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
No, it normally takes a little bit of time for them to type in a response if they have one.
Okay.
Faye would love to hear from her dad, Elise.
All right, Faye, I've got a little bit of information for you, but if I feel as though that you would benefit more, and I'm going to say this from more of a private reading with this one, but if I could just give a little bit of a description for you, and hopefully this fits. If I said that he would have been I don't feel he would have been an overly tall man, and that he would have been like strong, not huge, not big, but a strong man physically. Because I'm just getting a little bit of an image from him at the moment. Oh, I can feel some warmth. Oh, I can also feel that his illness, I feel as though his illness would have been quite draining for him towards the end. I could feel as though that, because I'm feeling quite, I've got temperature changes, and I feel as though that towards the end of his life, it would have been quite debilitating, I think is the word I'm after. There's things that he wanted to express to you that he couldn't, and I feel as though that there was stories that he used to tell. He liked to tell stories and liked to share his life with you or with people, not just you, but he liked to share. If I said to you that he had a great imagination, hopefully that makes some sense to you. And there are things that he taught you that you are now realizing what he did teach you. Sometimes I feel as though you'll do something and it'll make you think of him. And I feel as though the connection. I hope that makes some sense to you, Faye.
We're having some fun with your vocals.
Can't hear me?
It's coming through clearly, but we hear you, we see the lips moving. It's the Chinese whispers. We see the lips moving and then the voice comes out.
So a bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's not a problem. If people are listening in, please understand that this is not a Chinese whisper. It is Susan speaking English, and there's no translation involved. It's it just looks a bit funny. That's all. It's all good fun, don't worry. It's live, so sometimes you get a bit of a lag in there. It's fine. It's all good. And we got a response from Paige. Thank you. I can relate to that. I would love to connect with my grandfather if he came through. What I will put up, Susan, is that contact. If you want to contact Susan, you can. I'm going to put this into the comments as well. So you'll be able to contact Susan on the number that we're going to put through now. And just to keep you excited and occupied, I'm going to put a scroll in on the bottom for a little bit so that you've got something you can go to if you need to. Thank you very much for that, Susan. We'll see if we've got somebody else here.
Yeah, Morgan.
Oh, here we go. Morgan. This is a big one, so I'll leave it with you.
All right. Hello, Morgan. I hope you can hear me all right. There's not too much delay. I just wanted to let you know that I just feeling that you understand. You have recently learned how precious time is, and the fact that you've always been someone who is not. You can go with the flow. How can I put that? Not someone who likes to waste time. You make great connections with people, and this is showing through with what you're going through at the moment. Having that connection and having that, your patience is developed. It's still sometimes frustrating for you, but with other people, with what's going on around you at the moment. And in regard to your mum, it's those moments now that you're going to take. I don't want to say how long you have, because I just feel as though sometimes that makes it difficult to appreciate. But the most important thing now is to appreciate those moments, because it's never as long as we want. All right. Ah, excellent. Thank you.
It's nice when you get a response like that, almost on top of each other.
Mm.
I think we've got one more here.
Okay, what have we got? Just trying to. Thank you, Faye, for the feedback. That was lovely. Ah, small child. Oh. Carly, you've written here that you have a small child that visits you through the night periodically, and you're just wondering who the child is. The feeling that I'm actually getting is that this child could relate to an ancestor. It feels like it belonged to someone of your ancestry, like not a recent death, but further back than that. It's just as though they're making this connection. When children appear, it means a safe space. And I feel in this instance for you that it's a safe space for them to come, and they're trying to make a connection through you. There's some there's a line. I can put that. There's a line that's come through your ancestry to you. So in that way, I mean that as your intuition, how you work, has come through from them, and that's making that connection. It does. I'm saying she does feel as though this child would have been someone quite far back in your family, but I don't feel as though it's the of finding out who so much, but why. All right. So it's, to me, it feels as though this is more about you connecting and that safe space that you have. And learning your skills and developing. There's something special that you have that you are learning more about recently. It just feels as though they're making this highlighted for you at the moment. I hope that makes some sense. All right. Okay. Shall we have a look at another one? All right. Let's have a message for Anne Granger. Oh, like I've just thought I'd pull a card for you just for something a bit different. And I just pulled, if I can show you, if I can get close enough, this is the ego card. I like using the angel cards. I always find them really decorative and quite pretty. And I can show you, you got ego. Now, don't think this is a bad thing. Ego, we need the ego. It gets us through the day. Okay. There's a concern around you at the moment that someone else is projecting on you. I feel as though that someone around you at the moment is projecting their ego on you, their wants, their needs, and they're being quite arrogant. I feel this arrogance around you. It's almost like I'm almost like a bully sort of in thing, but it's like they want you to do something. They have their own agenda, and it's almost like saying that you need to pull out your ego and to use it in a way of putting your boundaries up. All right. So like I said, ego is not always a bad thing. It's very valid, and you need to put your boundaries up against this person, because I can feel some quite arrogant connection there, and you really need to keep them back off from you.
Well, we're getting close to your end of the content, so to speak. We've got one here from Jade, who we have a question from her. What I thought I might do is to bring Lidwina up, and that way we can do a clean exchange when you're finished, and Lidwina can have a chat and pick up where you left off, sort of thing. So is that all right with you?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, we'll bring Liddy up and see how we go.
Thanks, Anne, for the feedback.
Oh, look, here we go. Hello, Liddy. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear
How
us?
are you? Hi.
It's a bit of a worry when you're dropping
Yes,
in.
I can hear you.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, I'm going to let
Thank
Susan
you.
finish with her next question, and we'll put ourselves into quarantine, so to speak. And I'll try and get. There we go. That's better. And the last one for you at the moment, I think, is Jade Holloway. Susan, she says, Susan, how are you? Are there messages for me? Thank you.
All right, Jade. Let's have a
And
look.
we, just before you get there, just want to let you know that Anne said, thank you very much. And it's absolutely true. So
Oh, wonderful.
it's
Thank
good.
you. It's always nice to get some feedback at doing this kind of format. You just never quite know. Also, thank you, Carly, for your feedback as well. That's really great.
Now, did you want to take the one from Jade?
All right, what have we got here? Okay, Jade. Oh, Jade, I'd like to give you a message. Focusing around you. There's all right, what I'd like to say is you are focusing on too much of the small details, all right? And you feel as though that you need to step back at the moment and see the bigger picture. That you're getting up, I feel as though you're getting upset about too much of the small stuff, all right? The little things that probably wouldn't have bothered you so much before, but at the moment they're really starting to annoy you. So I feel as though that it's now is the time for you to just step back a little, just breathe through some of those. If you feel like it's getting to you, just step back from it. It feels as though you're sort of having that reaction to things that you wouldn't normally, and that it's just piling up. I feel as though that things are, you can feel it piling up on you, and you're feeling more agitated than you normally would. It's because you're paying too much attention to the small things, those little details that you like things in order, and you like things to be structured. And at the moment, it's a bit all over the place for you. So you're not having that control in that sense. So you're focusing too much on those small things. So just allow yourself to step back a little bit and just allow yourself to breathe, and you'll find that you won't feel as much so irritated. All right, Jade, I hope that makes sense to you.
And I would like to say thank you very much, Susan, for your time. And I hope people have taken notice and really do contact you at some point on getting some Zoom contact and FaceTime with you. It's been great.
Terrific. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the opportunity.
If you would like, you're more than welcome to sit in the lobby for a while and listen in, and just wave your hands if you've got to get a comment or something you want to put up. That's always welcome as well. So I'll just put you into the lobby, and you have a great day. All right. Namaste.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
And now we come down to, I've got to press the right button or I'm going to turn myself off, which is a bit of a worry. Lidwina Masters. How are you, Liddy?
I'm good. How are you, Roy?
I am doing very well at the moment. We've had some lovely rain and we've had some sunshine today, so I think Mother Nature is doing their best to keep us occupied.
Yes. Our garden is very thankful for the rain.
Yeah, rain is great for that. I asked Susan.
I think things
basically
are starting
the same.
to move along a bit.
Yeah, I asked Susan a similar question to what I'm going to ask you, which is, can you explain to the people out there the style of psychic work that you do, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clair whatever, and how you sort of came into that aspect.
Sure. So I've been interested in spirit work, and tarot readings is probably one of the areas I really enjoy the most. My brother from many years ago sort of got me into it. And so from that, and as a young child, I even remember talking to spirit, and spirit was around me, and I didn't feel uneasy with spirit. And even to this day, I feel it very comforting. I love my mediumship that I do at home when I give my readings. Quite often the mediumship is part of the reading. But for me, you know, the importance of a reading based on someone's past, my readings are always about where people are going. What are the objectives? Are there any hurdles? What things do they need to watch out for? So the way that I structure my readings is probably a little bit different. I don't go back into the past to delve in that. We all know what the past is. But I enjoy going forward. I give a lot of information in my readings that I do, and mediumship, also giving everyone a little bit of a message as well, so that we can connect with their loved ones. One of the things that I enjoy the most, I guess, is my work classes. My workshops are so important to me, and it's grown from one workshop to about 15, and it just keeps expanding. We think about new things to do, and I'm just enjoying the creativity of mediumship or spirituality, because it's not just about talking, it's about allowing people to find their own creativity that's hidden for them to enjoy it. And I think that's the big thing. We quite often forget that all this can be quite serious, but there's also a fun part to it as well.
Yes, I've done a couple of your workshops, so to speak, and believe me, if there's things to be learnt about connecting with your spiritual self and your ability to connect your guides, Liddy is probably one of the people you want to talk to. I put up your Facebook page, Liddy, so that people can contact you on that. I'll get a bit of information as we go along, because I don't have a crawler for you at the moment. We've got some people who have some questions. I've got to find the right ones now, because I've been really good and I've moved everything, so that really doesn't do me any good. Oh, that's cool. Gee whiz. No, that was there. We're looking really good. If people are watching in, please don't worry about the dropout of the video. This is quite typical for Mawson Lakes. We tend to have a lot of youth down there. And Liddy is that you should be able to get the content from Liddy's audio, and you'll be able to watch this if you miss a little bit. So that's good too. Here's one for you. Joy, I don't want to say it wrong, Krutz, I think. Will my granddaughter wake up on from? I'm not sure. I would take it that she has probably gone into a coma of some description. Now, can you pick up on that, Liddy?
Before, when I was looking that Susan was going, I remember thinking at the time when I saw that particular question, I felt, however, I do feel it's just a very gradual process. Is what I got when I saw that question earlier. So I'm going to stick with my gut feeling with that. The reason I feel that if it is a coma, which is what we're presuming we're referring to, it's almost like a healing process. going on with her at the moment. So while she's in opportunity to heal, it will be gradual. I'm getting the month of June, so I do feel it's nothing too soon, but I do see good news. Thanks.
Well, we're having a bit of trouble here with your vocals as well, Liddy. So what I might have to do at this point is share screen with Susan if she's willing to join us again. I'm just going to bring her up for a second and try and explain. Liddy, sometimes your audio is dropping out, so I want you to try and get what you can out, Liddy. And then Susan, if you pick up anything, can you help out just in the background, if that's all right?
Okay. Just in, I think what you got before regarding the question that was, I found that question before, was her granddaughter going to wake up from, oh joy, from her man breakup. I thought there was, I can't find it now. That's all right. I think there was a concern over the granddaughters seeing someone. Yes, wake up. Sorry, will the question I've got here is from Joy saying, sorry, will my granddaughter wake up to this man? And I think what Lydia was aiming to is that she will.
Okay.
It's going to be, yeah, she's going to be a bit of a slow process. But I think along with what Lydia said is that, Lidwina said, sorry, June, that I think that, and I don't want to speak for Lidwina, but just sort of, it will happen. There's going to be an event that is going to make her question, is this right? But I feel it's not today or tomorrow. It's a few months down the track, but there is going to be something that's going to happen that's going to make her question. I think the main thing is also too that your granddaughter's got quite a stubborn streak in her, and sometimes when people say to her you shouldn't, she's more determined to do it, and sometimes that can cause that, I'll hang on even though I don't want to be here and I know it's not right, but because you're telling me I shouldn't, I'm going to. So I just feel as though it's along those lines as well. There's a bit of that going on. Hope that makes sense, Joy.
Right, so there's from Natalia. Hey, was one of messages from Spirit for me. Just looking at the photograph of you next to your message, the first thing I feel was a lady around you. I feel a very strong connection with an elderly lady. I feel this lady was also someone that was quite modern in her own way. Even though she was an earth, she had very strong set mind of younger people and the ways that we sort of communicate, maybe even mobile phone, or she may have also been someone that liked a little bit of modern technology. I this is saying to you, just take us back situation that you're in at the moment, but sort of feeling that you can rush into things a bit. So get to on what people say. Listen to your heart, because I do feel that that's been hurt a few times, and you've really suffered, and it does really affect your heart chakra quite a bit. And then hence what, we have a spiral situation. And don't allow yourself to be a doormat anymore. It's important for you to allow yourself to be that welcome mat where you don't need to step into someone else's boots. You can be confident in just being who you are. And I think that's really important. Morgan. Hi, Lidwina. Would love to hear from my grandma. Passed a few years ago. Her death was very hard on me. Yeah, I feel that you have a very strong, and particularly I was part of her, that little bit like a psychic connection. You seem to tune with this lady, and there was lots of times that you spent with her that you just comfortable in each other's. She's saying to you that moving forward, and particularly in June, there's some new clearance around you. So whether it's to do with, or whether it's a situation around you, but she's got the broom and she's sweeping. So I feel that there's something happened to you, that old wood needs to go and something new will be started. So what she's saying, be prepared for change. She talks about a little dog that's around. That was something she had prior to her passing. And she's necklace because I want to touch my neck. So once again, if that you have, or your mother's got, or someone around you, but it was an important piece of jewelry. She's talking about roses. So once again, roses to me are very symbolic of love. And I feel she's saying that she is very close to you even now. Whether you smell a scent or a particular soap, but even getting a song that comes about her, that was her favourite, or one that may have been at her funeral. They're all little indicators, so she's not there too quick. She's more than happy to sort of move forward with you, but certainly got the broom and letting you know that there is some new things coming for you. I'm getting June or July. Thanks, Morgan. If you're getting anything, Susan. From
Fun today.
Robert, I am at a crossroads and would love to know what it means. Do you want to have a go at that one, Susan?
I haven't even found Robert, so.
Oh, you haven't put that one.
If I can find it, I'll have a look at it and I'll put it up. But
do you want? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you, Susan.
Okay. Do you want me to take that one? Lisa, you wrote, I'm at a crossroads and would love to know what's next. New directions coming up. You've been.
Here we are.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep,
All
we can
right.
hear you.
But you've been considering doing something different. You've kind of wonder, what am I going to do? It's you want this, it's a new path, it's a new direction, it's something that you have a passion for, but you haven't dealt with it. It feels as though that it's something a bit left field. Like you do the very traditional normal things, but this feels like something that is a bit outside of that box. So at the moment, I feel that leaning more towards something that's a little bit more artistic, something that is a bit more allows you to express a bit more of your flair. And so it's more to do with something that when you see it, you can feel that spark within you, but it's something that you're going to have to investigate a little bit more. Um, you can be very thorough in the way that you think and be very thorough in the way that you work through things. So this is something that is sort of left on your opposite side of your brain for you. So it's something that you're going to have to I just want to move my hands. So I feel as though this is something that you're going to be doing more of a hands-on kind of position, more something more hands-on that you want to do. Um, you can be very confident and you can be very self-assured, and it's you present that a lot. People see that a lot, and that's something that you gets you through and allows you to push through with a lot of things that you do. um, this is the change time. It's a time for a change. It's time for a move. So the shift is definitely coming. It's going to take a little while for it to fully come to fruition for you, but you will start to see it happening. This uncertainty that you're feeling is already, it's the beginning of the change. So it's sort of like saying, I'm getting you ready for it. So now it's sort of the next step is looking for exactly that, but it's off field and it's different to what you normally would do. But it's very much it brings out the passion within you. Thank you, Lisa. I hope that helps. I've lost everybody now.
Wouldn't it?
Oh, Roy's back.
I'm back. I'm just making up the spaces.
Oh, okay. So,
Lidwina seems to have dropped out. So if you can tackle that one, I'd like to keep New York happy if we can.
all right. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Ah, Marie, you want to know what May's going to be like?
No, I'm more worried about Alyssa. Can you not see Alyssa's on the screen?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Alyssa, you're from New York. Wow. Things are a bit different over there for you.
Middle of the night.
Oh. There's a challenge around you, Alyssa. I can feel as though there's males in your life at the moment that two in particular are causing different conflicts within and around you. And they're two separate areas. I feel as though that there's a man that I don't know if you're in a relationship, but I can feel an attraction there. But there's also some conflict going on. And it's more on the line of uncertainty in that conflict. I'm uncertain of what it means. I'm uncertain of where I'm at or what the understanding. I'm uncertain of how I am. It's more to do with you and your uncertainty in that. But there's also someone else that's around you that's causing. I can feel it's not sort of sort of yelling, but I can feel as though there's heated words. It's as though this is separate. There's some conflict going on. And it just feels unnecessary. It's not something that is. I just feel it's unnecessary words. It's just, oh, why bother, that sort of thing. But I can still feel it going on around you, and it's just causing that upset at the moment. All right, so it's just not getting involved with the conflict and just going, oh, let it go. But it's also the separate issue with this other person, this other man, is that uncertainty within you. And I feel as though you're questioning what you want, where you want to go, and how you want things to be. All right, Elise, I hope that helps, all the way from the other side of the world. God knows what time it is over there. But thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be the middle of the night over there. And we've got Liddy back. No, and that's me. I don't want me. I want Liddy. Oh, and Liddy has dropped out again. Oh,
Dear,
now
dear.
she's back again.
Oh, good. Thank you for the feedback, Elisa. It's lovely. Okay. Are you on? Liddy, are you?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep, got you. Good. Off you go.
So is that the one you've just answered? I'm at a crossroads and would love to know what is next for me. Sorry, because I dropped out. So was that the one you've just answered? Okay. So, Lisa, I'm at a crossroads. Is that the one you just did?
I did Elisa. Elisa. I know it's a bit confusing, isn't it? But go ahead. If you've made a connection to Lisa, you go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was just looking at some of my cards, just that came up before the screen going off. And the first thing that the three cards that I got for was that there is a new opportunity coming for you, but it's like there's a little bit of hesitation about the opportunity. So therefore, just look, new can sometimes always be a little bit overwhelming. So just look into it. But I do feel there is a new opportunity for you, and I do see a move in June. So once again, it's sometimes taking that leap of faith and just trusting your gut feeling. But there certainly seems to be a big move coming for you. I feel that around you there's a lot of insecurity or a little bit of the not knowing is a real thing that you're feeling at the moment that's stopping you from progression. So once again, just really trust what you feel, because I do feel by the time June comes, you will have made your mind up. Yeah, just really trust what you feel. Don't get too caught up on the what ifs. Feel that there is a new opportunity with the Ace of Wands. So caution is needed. Look into it perhaps a little bit more. But once again, sometimes too much the negativity that can be around your decisions. So gut feeling, and I'm sure you'll be fine. But definitely good opportunities coming for you around about June. Lisa.
Okay. I might just, if you can hear me all right. Marie, I might have something for you. I can't find your question.
Not sure what the next message is.
Okay. Marie, we were looking at the month of May. I think, yes. I just want to let you know a couple of things. Okay. Really important for you for the month of May is listening to yourself.
Yeah. Frankie.
Tuning in and listening to what you want where you want to be and what works for you. I can feel as though too often you will ignore and you will go out of your way to help others. And instead of listening to yourself, where you can go, oh no, maybe I shouldn't, or I do too much. And it's taking those few steps backwards and really tuning in. But also listen carefully to yourself. You have more answers than you give yourself credit for yourself. You're great with other people, and you're very empathetic and very aware. Your awareness for other people and their instructions and their connections is really good. But sometimes you forget yourself, and I feel as though for the month of May, it's a bit of a lull in the sense of everything else, because you need to focus on you. So things will be happening, but it's like, oh, how do I feel about this? What do I think? Where am I going? And it's more of a reissue for you. So it's really much, May is very much looking at you, how you feel, where you want to go, but trusting that gut instinct, because it works well for you when you trust it and use it. Hi, Murray. I hope that helps you. Something for you.
It's unfortunate, but Lydia has again managed to drop out due to Mawson Lake's wonderful internet down there. They do a really good job of dropping out for that area. Now, did you want to
Hi, Tanya. Long time no see. How you been?
cancel that one for the moment because it's not coming through? I can't even find these ones that I haven't even started yet. So
okay.
Well, you're right down the bottom, are you? Okay.
Oh, it depends. I can move. Hi, Tanya. I can move it up and down. So.
Oh, lovely, because we're up at just underneath Frankie, SB.
Yeah, I would.
Karen Lot Van Eden. That's about where we are at the moment.
Oh, well, I've kind of jump around a bit, so it just depends on how it comes up. But and who are drawn to as well. So Jess, can I come to you for a minute? It's Jess Bernstein. You're from Adelaide, and you want to know sort of, is there anything for you? All right. What I want to say to you is that you've been working yourself towards something, and you have the resources within you to fulfill what you want to do. All right. It's like you've got all this information, all these learnings that you've done, and it's bringing it all together now. So going forward for you is about pulling all what you've learnt, all of what you want to do, and putting it into one place. Sometimes you can spread yourself a little thin and be busy doing all different things, but it's more about pulling that together now and focusing where you want to go. All right. Just a short thing, because I think we're nearly out of time here. I think, Roy, I never know if they're there. Sometimes I'll just look at me. But yeah, so keep working. You're doing well, Jess. Keep going. All right. Thanks, Jess. I hope that helps. All right. We're back. We've lost him again. All right. Oh, Lidwina's. Hello, you're back. Okay. Hey, Tanya. Hope you can hear me. Just quickly for you, there's something new coming in for you. There's a new project, a new development. I know you've got many fingers in many pies, but this is something new. This is something that you've wanted for a long time, and that is starting to come to fruition. I feel as though that you didn't think it was going to, but I feel as though now you're going to start to see it, and it's going to come through for you. Something new, something totally different, something that you haven't done before. All right. And really, really good. It's really going to be in the direction that you want, and very fulfilling for you. And it's not, it's more about what you want, where you're at, and yeah, and not pulled. I don't feel as this is going to focus your energy into one direction. All right, Tanya, hope that works. Sounds good. All right, Liddy, are you on?
I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Do you want to, Lydia? Lidwina? Do you want to do the last one, Kieran?
Sure. So from Paige Hambley, would love to know if my pop comes through to you. Just feeling the energy of that question. The first thing I get is someone that used to wear like a cap. I just feel that had a lot of pet names for people. He often, instead of calling you by your name, he may have had a pet name for you. I'm feeling that he's someone that was very much an outside person. He liked to do things outside, whether it was in the garden or around the home. But I feel him being very much someone can hand, so he was very good with his hands. I feel he was someone, if we look back at a younger year, I feel there was a bit of tragedy with him, whether he lost a parent at a very young age. But I do feel a lot of warmth and connection with your pop. He certainly is someone that I feel was very connected with his own family, so particularly his children and grandchildren, because of something that happened when he was a younger man. So just lots of love. He's on a skateboard, which is a little bit scary, but to me it's symbolic of things moving forward for you very quickly. So I'm getting the month of September that him on the skateboard. So I do feel something important coming around about then. Next year, he's showing me a beautiful golden key. So to me, that's very symbolic of either identity, whether that's for work. There is some, we're having trouble at the moment, but there is some travel around you. So once again, next year seems to be the golden key year of some new opportunities for you. All right. Thank you, Paige. I don't know if you get anything else, Susan.
No, I think we're about out of time. I don't know if Roy's still there.
Okay. I don't.
Oh. All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me on. I've really enjoyed this new experience. Like I said, anyone want to contact me through email or Facebook, just look for the, I'm going to put my card up, if you can see that. All right, that's me. And there's my email address. Whoops, wrong way. And my phone number. So I'll hold that for a second on my face. Can't see that, can you? No, that's so hard to do with the camera. That's crazy. All right. Well, thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Susan. So, yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm not sure where Roy is, but once again, if anyone would like to have a personal reading
I'm on the phone,
or anything like that, you can certainly contact me. And how often do you guys do this? You said my name, but guess out of luck this time. I think Roy would be the person to answer that question, the gentleman who's doing this.
Yeah, Karen Van Oyden. Sorry about that. Karen sometimes forget to go front to back. She's from Brisbane, so if you want to, you can take that one, Liddy.
All right. Hi from Brisbane. I would love to know about my partner. He lost due to CV a month ago. I've actually got my cards here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a reading for you, Karen. So just bear with me for a moment while I just do a short reading. I certainly feel that at the moment, yeah, things are certainly very tough. But in saying that, I do feel that something to do within the next 2 months, there's a new opportunity. Just needs to believe that there is some new things coming. So the next certainly sees he'll like. There's a little bit of difficulty feel in the process between now and then, but stay confident. There is new work opportunity. I see him going for an interview or someone calling him back. So that certainly shows that there is some good news coming. And I think the important thing is that it's something that he really likes to do as well. So if there was an area particularly that he was in before, wants to go back to, that certainly needs to be place he back to. But I'm getting the number 2. So whether it's in, I'm feeling more 2 months' time, something around about the end of May, June. And I do, he'll do really, really well there. He's got a lot of experience and a lot of know-how. So he will just feel that with him, he's just in a little bit of a spiraling down stage at the moment. But as with many people, we all kind of feel a bit like that at the moment. But please be assured there's something coming very, very soon for him. And it will be something that he really, really enjoys as well. So all the very best, Karen, and I certainly hope that you. Kristen, hi, first time here, would love a reading, please. Okay, I'll do a little 3-card reading for you, Kristen. At the moment, there seems to be a time of balance needed in your life. Whether there's been a time where there's things that have been a lot of ups and downs, you've got the new clock. So I feel you're going in a new time zone where it comes to you as a person. 20 to 2030. This is your new 10-year zone where things for you are certainly going to start moving forward for you. It's also a time where you get to use a lot of your own attributes. So a time where you can feel a lot more confident, something particularly that you like. Do seem to have a real strong attribute there all around you. So yeah, don't stop wandering. And I think just be confident. Once again, I often say it, don't be the doormat, but be the welcome mat. But new 10-year period where there's lots of change. I do feel movement around you as well, so there's a possibility of some movement. So enjoy what you have, but yeah, the important thing. Thank you very much, Kristen. You there, Roy? You're welcome. Thank you, Karen. So, Jenny, I'm just doing a little 3-card. There seems to certainly be a little bit of certainty with work at the moment. I don't see work, a little bit of stress factor there in the work situation. I'm feeling some news coming and some news soon. So whether there's some new work coming, whether there's someone around you who's looking for some new work, but there seems to be 2 butterflies. So to me, there's some new opportunities on all the negativity that's around you and what people are saying. I think the important thing is to stay focused about where you feel you want going, even after all of this COVID-19. You feel that there's really some new opportunities, and it just seems to also be from people around you who are really suffering at the moment, or in a bit of a downward spiral. You know, sometimes we tend to be a little bit of a hermit during times like this, and we tend to become very secluded with ourselves. But look, try and stay. But the important part about it is when we get new foundations and new opportunities, bring a lot more contentment to those around you. So you down. It's not a forever thing. The cards are certainly showing that there's lots of new opportunities coming, and things will start to pick up so much. A strong mind energy. So use your mind and focus on where you want to go, or help those ones around you. Thanks very much, Jenny.
Oh, we're having so much fun here, Liddy. Being live is absolutely brilliant. Now, we've got a few since Jenny came on, so we'll keep pushing them up and you can keep answering them.
Soraya. What a beautiful name. So I'm just doing a 3-card for you. It talks a little bit about relationships, and it talks a little bit about you moving forward as well. So once again, it's saying there's a lot of strength in you and determination. So once again, when it comes to jobs or people around you, you seem to have your, you know where you want to be and where you want to go. I think that's really important because at the moment, to you, family is very important. It's a little butterfly around you, so I'm not sure if there's someone around you who's pregnant or there's pregnancy around yourself, but I certainly feel that there's some good news coming. Around about October seems to be the time where I feel there's coming some sort of family member. myself, I do feel that there's been a while that you've been a little bit in the dark about a situation, but I do feel that soon it's like you to make you know, a new foundation for yourself. You're ready to take a new step. You're not allowing things from the past to be a burden to you anymore. So don't stay too long in the closet. Allow yourself the opportunity to become and be who you want to be. But more importantly, trust your inner self as well. Trust your gut feeling. You've got very strong determination skills there. So I feel that in itself is going to really help you through. So thank you. Donna, yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Camilla.
Liddy, can you hear me? Lidwina, can you hear me?
Sit for me, please, and thank you.
Can you hear me, Lidwina?
Notice there's another little. Yeah.
We are dropping into an hour and a half. So do you want to take another one, or unfortunately our second guest can't get on today due to even greater technical.
I'll take one more because I have got a reading.
Okay.
Was there someone else coming on?
There was somebody else coming on, but he can't get his camera to work today. So if you want to stop now, that's fine.
I have got a read.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. I will. I'll put you down the bottom, and I will sign off. And we've had your name and all your contact details are in the comments, so people can contact you if they wish to. Thank you again for joining us. I'm sorry about the techno difficulties, but that's live TV. Namaste.
Yeah, no worries. Namaste.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was to be another guest on today, Paul Caperna. He will be on Monday, so save your questions. Come on Monday at 12 o'clock, and I'm sure that Anthony will certainly have a go at answering those for you tomorrow. Well, it's not tomorrow, it's Monday. I'm sorry for those people that are watching from overseas. We are having some technical difficulties here today, but the Adelaide Psychic Fair Online will be back Monday with Paul Caperna, and he will be doing some readings for about an hour as we missed out today. My greatest apologies, but we do hope to catch up with you on Monday at 12 noon Australian Central Standard Time. I thank you again for joining us, and you have a great day out there today. Thank you very much, and namaste.